So in last lecture, we completed questions on list. So in this lecture, we'll be completing our questions on strings. So let's get started with the questions. I'll just open VS Code. Now we'll start from strings. So first of all, this question we have already done, input a string and print it. So to input a string, we use input method, and to print it, we use print. So we'll just input and print. So it's asking to print the length of a string without using len. So we'll make a file, strings, UI. We'll just copy the question and paste. We'll take a string. Hello world, how are you? And we'll take length as 0, and then we'll just print. We'll just iterate it through the variable, like for I in string, and uh, we'll just increase the length, and the length will be then printed. That's 24. Now we'll have to count the number of vowels. Now to count the number of vowels, we'll take another string. Let's say the same string again. Now we will have to count for I in string. So if you think carefully, we can take another variable which is vowel. We can just put a e i o u as an input. Then if we'll say if I in vowel, then count equals to 1. We'll just take a variable count, so it will print the number of vowels here. So the number of vowel in the strings is 8. Now we can check the number of consonants. If I we can just do if I not in vowel, the number of consonants will be 16. So this is how it works. Just want to see 24. Okay. Now we want to count the uppercase and lowercase letters. Now to count the upper and lowercase letters, we can just do. There are two methods you need to know: is upper and is lower. So is upper checks whether the variable is uppercase or not, and lower checks whether it's lowercase or not. So we'll just do for I in string, if I equals to I dot is upper, then we'll just increase the count plus plus, and print the number of uppercase letter in the strings is 3. So there are 3, 1, 1, 2, and 3 uppercase letters. All right. Now for lowercase, we'll just write dot lower here. So all these questions are done here. Counts digits in string. So to count digits in a string, we can either use ASCII codes, or we can just use a function called isDigit. that will easily check whether it's digit or not. It should come out to be 0. If I write few numbers here, should come out to be then how many numbers I have written. Now, number of spaces. To count the number of spaces, it's also easy. We'll just do for I in string. Wait, we can't do it like this, right? Hmm, number of spaces in a string. Let's do for I in string. We have every we have methods for doing anything in case of strings in Python. It's pretty easy of a language. It will tell how many spaces are there. Now we have to reverse the string. To reverse the string, we'll just use slicing and reverse it. We are like to reverse it, you can just do this and it will reverse. Check whether a string is a palindrome or not. So what we can do is make a function def is palindrome. Palindrome. We'll take an input str. Str equals to str dot lower. We'll just convert everything into lowercase first. Then we'll check if str equals to str, the reverse of the string, and if it said so, we return true, else uh, return false. Um, this is the logic. I guess we have already done this once before. Now, next question is to convert lowercase to uppercase without using upper. So here we can use uh, so we can do one thing. I'll show you a sky chart. So there is sky tables. So let me show you print care of version 95. So CHR. So it gives underscore. What if I write 97? So it gives A. So small a starts from 97 all the way up to 123. Sorry, 122, 121. I don't even remember. Yeah, 122. So 97 to 122 are all the small case letters. So what we can do is for I in string, if care of, sorry, int of I is in between 65 to 90, then we'll increase the count. Then we'll print the number of uppercase letters. Here in I, sorry, I guess there is odd for it, odd function for it. Yes, this is the odd function. Odd function converts any values into their ASCII code. So this is how it's done. Now for lowercase, we can just do the same thing. For I in string, if this and The same logic, we just change the ASCII characters. We will just print the number of lowercase letters. Will give out to be 16. This is how we can check. Now, next question is count the occurrences of a given character. So again, to find occurrence, we need target. We'll say the letter E. How many times E has been occurred? Now we'll say for I in string. We'll say if I equals to target, we'll count, increase the count, and we'll just print the number of occurrences. So the number of occurrences is 2. These are pretty easy questions. Now next question is find the first occurrence of a character. So we'll have to print the index of first occurrence of characters. So to do that, we can use for I in range, length of string. Then after that, we can say we can just uncheck the target. If I equals to target target count, we'll just not increase the count. We'll just first of all we'll do string of a I, and then we'll just print and break. Print the index of first occurrence, and then we'll just break. So 1. So in first index there is a first occurrence. Okay. Now we'll just do the next question. We'll do the last occurrence. So last occurrence is a bit more. You have to think a bit more for the last occurrence. So I'll just show you. So suppose there is string and there is a last occurrence. There is some more indexes in after and before. So what you will do is you just update the occurrence once it's occurred. So what you will do is if stri equal to target, you will just say index is equals to I. So we'll just update the index every time, nothing else. So we'll just do this. We'll just write here last, and we'll just throw it out of the loop, and we'll say count equals to I. Then we'll just do here count, and this will give the last occurrence of the string, that's 24 according to this. So what is the 24th index? We'll just print the 24th index and just take it out. Print string of 24. So it's E. So the last occurrence is 24th index. So this is how you do it. Pretty easy. Now it's saying remove all spaces from a string. So removing spaces from a string. Removing all the spaces from a string. We can just do this and just print the string. All the spaces are hereby removed. So there are many functions that you have to remember in case of strings. So there is strip, there is split, there is replace, there is insert, there is upper, is lower, is alpha numeric. There are many functions. You can just go through geek for geeks. This is a website where you can find all the methods. So we just replaced space with a null character. Now we'll have to replace every space with underscore. So we'll just write underscore here, and it will just replace everything with underscore. Now we have to count the number of words. So we don't have to count the digits, only the number of words. So we'll have to ignore the words. So what we can do is for I in string, if old of I, so is less than 65. Then what we'll do is skip, and else we'll just count, increase the count. So it gives out 30. So is 30 the right answer? We can just check. So we'll go ahead with the next question. Find the longest word in a sentence. So to find the longest word, what we can do is as soon as there is a space, we can just skip it and count it as the longest number. We'll have to find the longest string. First of all, we'll just erase all of it. We'll generate a string. So I'm just a bit confused, so we'll just check for it. Uh, this is how we'll do it. First of all, we'll take the length of a character as n, then we'll take a result as 0, then current length is 0. So for I in range 0 to n, and if the Current character is not the end of the current word. We'll just until and unless the string index is not equal to 0, not equal to the space, as I said, we can do it. We'll just increase the current length, else we'll just print result. So I'll just show you the concept. So we are taking a variable n as current length. So uh, until we reach a space, white space, we are just increasing the current length, and as soon as we hit the white space, we'll just see whether the current length is bigger or the max length is bigger. If which of them is bigger, we'll just store it in the result. We'll take the max of either of them and we'll just see the results. If you check the frequency of every character, so this is pretty easy. So this is how it works. Now we'll have to check if two strings are anagrams. To see if two strings are anagrams. So first method to check string anagrams is to see, let's take two strings which are anagrams, st1, let's say 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Then we will say 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4. So what are anagrams? Anagrams should contain exactly the same number of each number of same strings. So we will just, what we will do is we'll just sort each of the string, and after that we'll just check if st1 equals to st2. I will just print both the strings are anagrams of each other, and else are not anagrams of each other. So as these are anagrams, so if I add just one e, they are not the anagrams. So this is how the anagram work. Hmm, now, now we can see the uh, so we are up with 26 minutes almost. I still have 4 minutes to go, so I'll have to do something with that. So we'll just see if 34 minutes, 21 minutes, 39 minutes, 11 minutes. For the time being, what we can do is we can just generate the PPTs for the next lectures. You can just go to say GFG Python, and we'll go to Python and we'll just open Notebook LM, and we'll just go to concept, and we'll have to learn exception handling too, and file handling with just to the pat basics till opening and reading files. Uh, so I have few things that are left to be taught. So first of all is lambda function. So lambda function works like this, that we first have to write function name a, then we write lambda, then the argument, and then the function it will perform. So it's just an anonymous miscellaneous function. It's just an extra function. This is how it works. This is an sample program. So we'll check whether if lambda is positive or whether the number is positive, negative, or zero. So we'll just write lambda x. X is the argument, you can say. We'll check if positive, if x is greater than 0, else negative, if x is less than 0, else 0. So this is how the syntax works, just like basic English. There are a few more examples for lambda function. So lambda function in Python, a function that runs in virtual machine, a named function, and an anonymous function. Yes. Then we'll see the output of this code will be 5. And then which of the following is valid syntax for lambda function that multiplies two number? So x comma y, x into y, this one. Then which of the following code, what does the following code return? Return the sum of the strings, which is 34. Now, what is the difference between lambda function and regular function? Regular function can include multiple statements, while lambda functions cannot. What is the output of this code? Square will just print the square of 5, it's 25. Then which built-in function is commonly used with lambda for transformations? Map. I already taught you the map function. Uh, what is the output of this code? We'll have to print the result, and x times 2. It's converting list map lambda x times 2, all the numbers, and that means squaring each of them. 1, 4, and 2, 6, 9. Yes. We are just adding. In what way a lambda function contribute to the functional programming in Python? Passing of functions as arguments. So these are few questions, and you can attempt many other questions from the same website. And almost 30 minutes are to be over, and we'll have almost completed our 400 minutes of Python, and just 200 minutes are left. We'll be doing that too, uh, and we are near completion of this course. And thank you. That's all for today.